from the network studios. Welcome back to another stream inside of the city. Feeling pumped, feeling great. Now I'm obviously another year older, and I don't know, I just wanted to stream because we haven't streamed all day. And a huge part of my sort of previous couple of years has been streaming and doing stuff like that. So I wanted to take the moment to stream again and do one of the things in my life that I love doing, which, as you guys obviously know, is streaming and stuff like that. Even though some of the streams maybe turn out shit and we don't do much and we just ramble on, you know, I still enjoy streaming at the end of the day, and I think that's I think that's obviously something to take in to, let's say, consideration. And obviously I want to keep streaming and doing things for you guys, and stuff like that, which is obviously, a good part of my life now, streaming and stuff like that. So what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to work on this new bake. Now, if you guys don't know where the post office is moving to, it used to be a shop and a bake at the same time. So they used to be joined into two little separate buildings. One was for the bake and one was for the one was for the the actual shop. And pretty much since then, I've sort of converted the post office, moved the post office from where that was, and I've gone ahead and combined the post office to where the old bake and shop used to be, and I've made it into one. Yo, Steve, how you doing, bro? Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm having an absolutely splendid day. I've just had a good day, really. It's been an alright day, to be fair. Being another year older and all of that. Oh, 2 secs, guys. I've got to go ahead and mute my mic in a moment. If you guys don't know, I went to a guy's house yesterday who has a kitted out music studio, and pretty much what went down is I recorded a load of tracks, and he's kind of like editing some tracks, and he's just sent me a preview of one of the edited tracks, and he's just showing me it right now. But I'm not allowed to show anyone because me and this guy, we've got some serious stuff happening. Like, this isn't just like messing about, like uploading a few videos to Facebook, messing about. This is like proper laying down some tracks. And when I mean tracks, like, what I'm saying is, if the track isn't good, we re-record it. So if we could record this track 8 times to get it right, or 10 times, or 12 times, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm good, and happy birthday, bro. 20 now, growing up. Growing up. So, yep. Exactly. I'm in the 20s with you now, which is kind of good because, well, I'm up there with you and Ant now, really. Like, I know obviously you and Ant are older than me, but at least, like, I'm not a teenager and you're like, you're like an adult type thing, and then I'm kind of more an adult, if that makes sense. So I'm quite sort of pleased to be on that line, not to be a teenager anymore. Like when I first became a teenager, it felt like really sick, like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm a teenager now. But now I couldn't be happier to not be a teenager. Like, I'm so pleased now that I am something other than a teenager, if that makes sense. I'm glad to be 20 now and not a teenager. So yeah, I'm like, but you know how it goes, obviously. You know how it goes, you know how it flows. So let me just mute my mic a sec, guys, while I go ahead and give this little track a bit of a listen. And stuff like that, and because I can't show anybody, like I say, it's kind of top secret, if that makes sense. And we're actually planning to release an album in 2018. Me and him together. He's making some backing tracks. I'm doing some MCing, that type of thing. So 2 secs, guys. Just seeing if the link's gonna load. To how he's sent me it. He's kind of sent me it like an MP3 file, and I'm not sure if I can listen to it. Okay, guys, I'm back. I've just given it a listen. Yeah, I quite like it. I still think there's work to be done with the track, but yeah, I definitely like it. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry that way. Like I do like this thing. I do like this track. What he's working on. To be honest with you, like it's not the best track that I did in that studio that day. Like in my opinion, there's like there is better tracks that I did that day, if that makes sense. But I guess in a way, like, I'm a musician. I'm just kind of looking forward to how they all turn out. But it's not the best track. What I went ahead and did in the studio, I've gone ahead and done, some other good tracks in there. Really, what worked out, better in my opinion. But all we can really do is see, how they're all gonna turn out. Like, it didn't really sound that good, did that track at the moment. I think it needs a bit more work to it. Like, I didn't really see where anything had really changed from it, other than I think he put two of the takes together. And there was a little bit of a jump, but I think, like, with a little bit of, like a little bit of effect and that at the beginning of it, doesn't really sound like a studio track. If you guys sort of understand me, it doesn't really sound like a studio track as of at the moment. It kind of sounds like two of my MCs over the same song just being put together. I think it needs a little bit more work doing to it, sort of, let's say, like, sort of like, a few, like, sort of like maybe echoes and a little bit of effects, if that makes sense, like little fading in and fading out, if that makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, and then I think it will be pretty sound, and I think it will be pretty good to go, if that makes sense, once we go ahead and get some of that stuff sorted with it. Other than that, I think there's still a little bit of work to be done with it. And but other than that, it is an alright track. I just, it was hard, really, because it was kind of like, he kind of said to me, like, like, just get some of the songs you MC over and, like, send me them, and then he'll, like, install them to use them on his software. And it's kind of hard because I use that many songs. Like, I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a mixture of songs. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to do, like, all the same style of songs, if that makes sense. So I tried to kind of keep it sort of simple-ish and go for a few different styles. Sort of go for, like, a little bit of house, a little bit of donk, a classic song. But like I say, like, they can be worked on. I'm not allowed to show anybody. This is what it says. Have a listen to this, bro. Don't show anyone because it's not finished yet. Happy birthday. So I've just told him now that, I like it. I like the way, that I do like it. And stuff like that. Oh, CJ's still here. But, we just got to really see, like, how it turns out. Like, he's not finished with it. So, like, what I hear now could be totally different. CJ. Is CJ here? Oh, yeah, CJ's here. Yeah, CJ's here and sound. So anyway, guys, the equipment. You guys will obviously want to hear about the equipment. Well, at least I think you do. So how is the equipment? Because now obviously I've been able to use my equipment a little bit more. And my equipment is absolutely insane. Now, you guys who, like, have these, like... Minecraft? Yeah, I am.
Are you?
Yeah, if you want to join and build some houses or something.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so for you guys who are like, oh, I've got my 1,200 watt speakers and stuff like that, like, I totally get that for you. But for me, coming up as a musician, like, this is my first piece of equipment, these speakers and this mixing desk, if that makes sense. And I'm kind of like at the point now where I really want to, where I'm like really happy. It's there's two 400 watt speakers what come with stands, and I'm really like hyped about it. Like, you guys might not think it's nothing, but to me, who I've started out in this like MCing business, and I built everything up myself, and I've been able to get my own equipment because I feel that my MCing career is going somewhere. Like, for example, I haven't got these speakers and this mixing desk just to play a few songs at home. Even though I will be playing songs at home, the main use of it is to hopefully in the future take it to gigs. Like, I wouldn't have got that if I felt that I wasn't going to get any gigs, if that makes sense. Like, I would have just got a decent Bluetooth speaker if I wanted to just play music, like, in my bedroom. Like, this stuff isn't for the bedroom. Like, these speakers, for one, they wouldn't fit in the bedroom as of right now. They would do if I cleared some stuff about, but they're loudspeakers. They're not something that you just go ahead and, you know, like, really, they're more for, like, they're not speakers what you play quiet, if that makes sense. Like, they're speakers for setting up in venues, and obviously with venues you've got to play them pretty loud because obviously people are buying drinks, people are talking, and obviously they're there to listen to the music as well. Whereas at home it's probably going to shake the roof or shake the floor because, you know, even though it's 400 watts, they're a lot louder than you think. Like, these things can go pretty loud, and I, you know, obviously, like, have to keep them in the shed, but, like, it's just so grateful that everybody's liked, followed, you know, subscribed, and obviously liked my Facebook page for MCing, because that's what's allowed me to be able to get this piece of equipment. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's no point getting it if you aren't going to get anywhere, but obviously I'm getting somewhere, I'm getting likes, and do you know what I mean? Like, the studio equipment as well, it can be used for, and I'm just, like, so happy that everybody's, like, supported me. Like, it's so amazing. You guys may not know, but going back to about 2009, 2010, I actually thought about suicide because I was getting bullied at school, and I stopped myself from eating. I was missing lunch, I was missing tea, and I went, like, I was always skinny, don't get me wrong, but I went, like, more or less anorexic, and I've never really gained the weight back, if that makes sense. I've always kind of stayed a lot more on the thin side, and to give you a point of view as to how thin I actually am, if I was to lift my top up, you can see my bones in my rib cage. That's like literally no joke. Hi Martin. That's to give you a person, you know, sort of prospect as to how thin I am. Like, two of my bones near my ribs actually, like, stick out because I'm that thin. But the point is, like, the point why we're here today, despite, you know, whether I've had a drink or whether I've not, is I thank every single one of you what support my MCing, support my streams, support my park drives, even if it maybe only is Martin and Steve what join the streams and no one else really does, or the odd new person does now and again. Like, I still really support that because, like I say, going back about, oh, cheers Martin, because like I say, going back like 2009, 2010, people kicked me to the ground, put my PE kit in the shower, called me names, pulled my ear, pinned me up against the wall, made me feel unwanted and welcome, to the point where I used to go home and cry in my room all night, stop myself from eating, to the point where it got to the point where it could have ended up killing myself because I weren't eating properly. And, like, now people are liking and supporting the things that I'm doing. It really makes a difference to me, and this is why I maybe go on and over sort of mention things a bit too much. Like, say if I go to a nightclub or something and someone gets me a free drink, like, you guys might think, oh, you know, loads of people get free drinks, it's nothing. But when you go through what I went through, just the thought that someone wants to give you a free drink or lets you film on the stage or go near the DJ decks is like a really big deal to me. It's a really sort of, do you know what I'm saying? It's a really sort of, like, happy sort of thing to think that someone's actually, you know, they're, like, bothering for you and they're actually, like, taking the time to do something nice to you. if that makes sense. It's just so good that people are there supporting what I do, and that I just, I feel really happy to be here another year and say to you guys, how I'm doing and, what I'm feeling and stuff like that. So I'm really pleased. But in terms of equipment wise, I've still got some more equipment to come. I need to get a new microphone, which I'm hopefully getting from my mum tomorrow when I go and visit her. If not, then I'm just going to buy my own, because I really, possibly right now, would rather have a decent microphone and get the whole... Like, I've got the speakers, I've got the mixing desk, leads coming in the post tomorrow. Hopefully that will allow me to connect my phone to the mixer, which then means the music will come out the 400 watt speakers. So I may as well just get the microphone, and then I've pretty much got the full set, apart from, like, disco lights and stuff like that, which disco lights aren't really important to me at the moment, as I'm like only got them at home mainly at the moment, and there isn't really room to start getting a load more disco lights and stands for disco lights and UV lights and laser lights. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, in terms of the microphone, like, I want to get a decent microphone, because bearing in mind doing these gigs and stuff like that, I'm actually going to be able to do some like sort of like podcasting style shows / my live shows with the decent equipment, if that makes sense, when I get a bit more sorted in there. So getting a good microphone is definitely something that I need to go ahead and like start getting onto. So does Noreen know where I live yet? No, I didn't. I decided not to do it yesterday in Park Drive because, well, actually, I'll tell you the truth. I tell you the truth, I forgot, because we got the first scene going out of the way, and pretty much everyone was supposed to be in the front room who's living at Noreen's house at the moment. So to give you a breakdown, we've got Sean living... Well, first off, we've got Chelsea living at Noreen and Derek's house, because obviously she split up with Bill and he got 10 years in prison. We've got Ryan, who came back off the run, and Noreen had kind of got him off the hook and that, and Derek kind of felt a bit bad, so they said, oh yeah, you can stay. Sean got kicked out by you, so we went ahead and obviously, like, Chelsea said, well, can Sean stay in my room? And then obviously Paul then came back the other episode, and his mansion's been knocked down, and obviously Paul is Derek's son, and he's been good friends with Noreen for years. So Noreen also kind of said, you know what, you stay with us until you get yourself sorted. So Noreen's kind of got half of the Park Drive characters living in her house at the moment, with James and Michael living somewhere else along with Harrison. So I did the first scene where they were all to surprise her yesterday, and then I don't know if you know, but in the second scene, which I think was with the postman, Ryan started messing about and chucking invisibility potions and stuff like that, and I kind of then, it messed a bit of time up on the episode, and then he left in a huff. So I just wanted to get the episode done, and I honestly, to tell you the truth, forgot about it. So what I'm going to do is put it into next episode. So what my initial plan is for Noreen to get a message next episode, and Martin sends a message and, says sorry that the message is late, but I've been a little bit busy, and I'm living here now, blah blah blah. And then Sean is still over here, and then Sean's gonna decide to have a little trip to Martin's house, and try and like act a bit of a hard man and just knock hard on his door, and do you know what I'm saying? So hi, welcome. So yeah, she'll find out. She'll find out on Sunday. She will find out on Sunday. Will Noreen about the where Martin's living. I didn't want to put that in I kind of forgot, to be fair, like I say. And the more I think about it, like, it kind of makes a bit more sense to me that Martin is a bit late with the message, if that makes sense, because Norman doesn't really know what's happening with Martin. He sent a message on Halloween, I think it was, and but other than that, she doesn't really know like where he's doing. She just knows that he's settled safe somewhere, type thing. So I think, in my opinion, the way I'm gonna do it now is gonna make it obviously a little bit more better, if that makes sense to you guys. So yeah, life goes on. So what else did I get for my birthday? Well, I didn't really get anything else, to be honest with you, but I'm happy with what I got. Like, I got my mixing desk. My speakers were kind of for Christmas, but I can't really use the mixing desk without the speakers. So I'm kind of just using the speakers anyway, because I need them anyway, and I am getting a school. We've got two schools. Both schools are not currently completed, but one school is more close to being completed than the other school. I'll show you them both. So we have this school over here, which is like a primary school. So people from year 3 to year 6, which is kind of like the age of 7. I think, is it 7, 6, 7, till like the age of 11 or something like that. Before they go up to obviously the high school, if that makes sense. Primary school, junior school. It's, sort of like the second school they go to. I don't know like what you are like over here for us, but we have what's called playgroup, which is like where obviously you go and just play and have a story time. Then we have what's called infant school, where you kind of learn your first basic bits of learning. Reception, you kind of have a bit of learning, but you still have a bit of play time at the same time. And then like the other years you start learning a bit more. Then you come into what's called junior school or primary school, and that's where you kind of do more learning, but it's still not as hard as big school. And then obviously you have big school, which this is what we were starting just here. We were starting a high school just here, but it's not really what you would call completed yet. It's still kind of just in the making, if that makes sense. But it needs a little bit of like changes, and it needs some upgrades to it, in my personal opinion. But yeah, they're all the schools that we have so far. And you're new. Well, hopefully you come round again to another party of mine. Hopefully, Hopefully. And I don't know where CJ is. We'll have a look. Is he in his house? Possibly.
Ash,
Yeah.
come with me.
Where are you?
Right here. This is a bedroom in here.
Oh yeah, in the
Come through
attic.
here. You got kitchen and then dining and living room.
Oh, you've actually made the space pretty well, actually. So what's in here then? Just a storage cupboard?
Bathroom. Oh, I'm trying to make a bathroom.
Might be a bit small. You might only get a toilet and a sink in there.
Yeah.
If you
I
get
don't know where I
me.
could put bathroom
Like you might only
like...
get you might only get a toilet and a sink in here.
I think I could put a shower somewhere. I don't know where I could put that.
I don't know. I tell you what you could do. You could always just
Extend this wall a bit.
yeah, just make it come out a little bit and make this upstairs window here part of it.
Mhm.
So like have that there, and then have your door there, and then just knock this through.
Yeah.
Well, knock that through, and then make this like part of it, and then it just gives you a bit more space alternatively, to give yourself a little bathroom up here, and then you can just kind of roof it up like that. And then you have a bit more space here, don't you, to work with. I know it's not like loads. But you might be able to do something with it. Like you can put your toilet in here.
I'm gonna have to make a freaking toilet, even though I've done it before. I'm still in pain, you know, my wrist where I fell over in the snow yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I think I went to hospital last night and I've fractured my wrist.
Well, there's your toilet. And then you just get a lever. And that's your chain. But also lifts your seat up. And then you just need a sink really, which to be fair, you can just go dee-dee-doo.
And then a shower. I don't know.
Yeah, I think a shower possibly, because bath is a little bit bigger than a shower. Possibly not there though. So yeah, how long did it take you to make the town? It's not a town, bro. It's a city, and I've nearly been working on it 2 years. Yeah, nearly 2 years, bro. So, yeah, I've been working on it a while, to be honest. Yeah, you haven't seen, but I'll go ahead and show you. Like you've just seen like all the houses, but I'll go and show you the whole map of everything that we have on this map. So like this is the end of the housing area, and then there's like all stuff down here. Like this place is bigger than you think. But I'll go and show you over at our unfinished Eiffel Tower, the size of the map. So here's the whole entire city. So let me give you a breakthrough. So where I've just been building is over here, which is where all these houses and the greenery is. Where we are now for the Eiffel Tower is just here, with this little like patch of green. That's where we are as of right now. And then this above here is all the shopping facilities, shopping centres, superstores, shopping outlets. Up here we've got the beach, so you can see like the start of a pier. You can see like a bit of the sand, a bit of the road, that sort of thing. Then down here you've got the main skyscraper area where like all your tall office buildings are, where all your sort of like big sort of really tall buildings are, which like go right up into the sky. We've got 2 stadiums here, well, an arena and a stadium. There used to be an arena here, but we knocked it down because we didn't have a use for it anymore, and we wanted to extend the tall buildings area, which I'm still going to be doing. And pretty much then down here we've got the industrial area, which is like factories, you know, like factories and stuff like that. And just a sec, my foot's cramped at the underneath. That happens a lot. Oh, sugar. Let me just, I think it's going. It's gone. I hate it when that happens. So yeah. Oh yeah, and there's also is it a Pokemon arena or something like that? So yeah, I'll give you a rough idea. So right now, this is all the shopping area. Man, I hate cramps. So this is like the shopping area. So this is a shopping centre right here. We've got a McDonald's in here. We've got an EE phone shop. We've got a HMV for CDs. We've got Coach clothing store. I also think Gucci is another clothing store. O2 Mobile. We've got a Fly holiday travel. And then we've got a pharmacy right there. And then it just like backs out into what's going to be the bus depot. We've got nightclubs, we've got KFC, we've got like a row of shops, which is pretty good. We've got a truck dealership with vans in there. We've got a massive shopping centre, so this is like a big ass shopping centre. We've got the Apple store, which is here. We've got the Next, which is here, so this is Next in here. We've got O2 again, so there's another O2 shop in here. As you can see, we've got Mr. Woo's, which is like an all-you-can-eat kind of Chinese restaurant buffet. We've got a Wilkinson's, so Wilco. We've got a game. We've got a TK Maxx, so this does like loads of different things. We've got a Poundland for anything a pound. We've got a WH Smith's. And we've also got a Paul's building supply shop. So this is for like tools and stuff like that. This is for like spanners and hammers. Or you can get that type of stuff like that. There's loads in here really. The map's absolutely massive. We've got a post office. We've got a Nando's. Nando's has taken over this place here. We've got a greengrocers. We've got a fish and chip restaurant. We've got a record shop for doing like old vinyls and stuff like that. We've got Subway. So there's a Subway there. We've got a Specsavers, Age UK. We've also got another pharmacy. We've got a Boots chemist. We've got a. I think this one was meant to say something else. And this is Killer Pig Butchers. We've got a E-Vape, which is an electronic cigarette shop. We've got a HSBC bank. We've got an SBSC parts, which is like car parts and truck parts. We've got a shop here which is completely shut down, which just reminded me I could have put the pharmacy which was there. I could have gone ahead and put that over here, but it doesn't really matter now, as this spot's completely shut down. Here's the arena, which was on the map. So this was the arena, not the stadium. You can see here that all the seats and that are all like completed in here, and they look absolutely sick. The front of it looks pretty good. We've still got the car park to do, obviously. So there's the front SBSC arena, which is a sponsor from that truck dealership that we saw earlier on. We've got some more stuff down here. There's like a McDonald's coming here with an Iceland cafe. We've got a PC shop. We've also got a key cutting shop. And this is also a Mr. Woo's, but it's just a little Chinese restaurant. It's been kind of like re-interioured, if that makes sense. It's had an upgrade lately. So yeah, and here we are, guys. We are here at the shutdown shop as of right now. I don't really know what to do with it. It's kind of just saying to let at the moment. I'm not really that sure what to turn it into. It kind of just used to be a shop, like a little local shop, which was called Shop. But I'm not as of really sure right now. It's not the biggest store either, like in terms of like sign size. Oh, I've already got a night vision, haven't I? It's a very tiny shop, really. There isn't like a real lot you can do with it. It's a little bit of a shame, really. You know, that it's not like much bigger, that it doesn't really like go anywhere else, if that makes sense. I think, you know, it potentially could have done. I mean, you know, we'll find a use for it. Turn the abandoned shop into a police department. Could do. We do have police stations. Well, actually, yeah, we've got a police station just up here. Not that far away. Just near the shopping centre. And then we've also got one back in that neighbourhood area. So there's a police station here, look. This is a really nice building, by the way. Little police department store, look. So I'm thinking more just as a shop, if anything. Maybe like, I don't know, little something. We can sort something out for it, I suppose. As I say, I might even like move the pharmacy from here, because this shop, you know. Happy birthday, bro. Thank you, Camo. I've had a pretty sick day, to be honest. And stuff like that. So, you know. Deep Rot uploaded again today, but I've not listened to it yet. I think it'll obviously be a sick banger. Anyway.
Did I say happy birthday to you?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was just thinking, shit.
So yeah. If you've got any ideas, Camo, on what we can turn this abandoned shop into, given the space we've got for writing on the sign, like we could come up with all kinds of stuff, like letting agencies and, you know, like pubs, banks, bookies, but the name's got to kind of fit on the sign, if that makes sense. And we have got a bank just here, and we've also got a bookies just there. But I was just using it as an example. You know, if you've got any ideas shop-wise, bearing in mind, like, I've got to fit the sign, I've got to fit the, you know, like, lettering on here, you know, or a fire. Yeah, fire department's not really, you know, it's not big enough, you know, like, there's nowhere to park fire engines or police cars, if that makes sense.
Ash.
Yeah.
My house is now a 3-bedroom, not a 2-bedroomed.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, it's good. You know, it can be anything really. Could even be
you
a, you know,
joking me?
or a daycare. What?
Didn't you save last night?
Yeah, why?
Someone's been and wrecked all my house. 'Cause I had lights all over my house and I'm not even here now.
Something to do with the arena. Oh, you could do. Well, it's an SBSC arena just there. We've got SBSC parts here. Could be. Good idea. Good thinking, Batman.
Batman? What the hell?
Yeah. You should make a massive car park for the arena. Yeah, we've got one laid out, like just here. But to be honest, bro, like it's filling in. It's like it's just the energy, you know, to fill in like stuff, to fill in like car parking spaces. I've also got a bus station thing to go here outside the arena, and use it as like a parking office. Oh, like a parking office. Oh, I'm with you now. Don't know don't know what it's called. Yeah, I get what you mean. Could do. That is a um a decent idea. That's the word, a decent idea. I'll show you the space inside. We're sort of limited to our space, you know. And there's a little bit of a broken wall in here. I know it's boring, but yeah, I know it looks good when it's done. Definitely. We've got the car park marked out, like where it's gonna be. It's just, like I say, putting the markings, putting the 2 and 2 together to make 4. 2 plus 2 is 4, minus 1, that's 3 quick maths. Everyday Camo's on the block, he smokes trees. He sees my girl in the park and says she's crackers. He goes quack, quack, quack when he gets punched in the knackers. Hold tight, CJ. He's got a pumpy. Hold tight, Amir. He's got a tulip. Yeah, we are teeny-ish, you know. We are teeny-ish. Oh. Unlimited download. Alright, yeah. Let's have a think about this. Oh, I've just had a perfect idea. I've got this now. I've got to go, but I'm glad you had a good day, bro. I had a sick day. My speakers were amazing. Everything I got was good, and yeah, you know, I've enjoyed it, you know. And yeah, see you later, Camo. Catch you in a biz-ul. Are you ready for this? I think I've got this now.
What, are your speakers Bluetooth or they're not?
No, they're not Bluetooth. They're for like proper mixers and that. They're like proper concert speakers. You know what you like put in nightclubs and that. Yeah, SDI, motorcycle clothing. Yeah, they're sick, to be fair, Camo. I haven't like had a proper chance to play music through them yet, because I'm waiting for a lead to come for my mixer. But I've like tested the mic volume. SDI, motorcycle clothing, is what this place is going to become, I've decided. It makes sense. My charger gets overheated and starts to smoke, and I got to unplug it sometimes. Yeah, fair enough. Right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna really... I've got an idea for this now. So we're going to put the green around here. What are you turning abandoned shop into? I forgot. It's a shop for motorbike clothing, you know, for like helmets and stuff, and like leathers and stuff for your motorbikes. I've got a good plan. I've got a good plan for this, you know, how I think this might effectively work out, you know, like in the long run. One, one. Are you not going into quiet time? What time is it? No, not yet. I will be soon. It's a shame, really. Means my birthday's nearly over. You know, we've seen our Christmas lights get switched on today. You know, we've had a bit of a good time. We've just called it a pub on our way back. Just had a pint on our way home. It's been alright. It's it's been good, really. But fortunately, birthdays don't last, do they? But the good thing is, slash bad thing, is they come round again quite quick from the last one. Like, once Christmas is over, it's surprising like how quick we'll get into summer, and then like once summer's here, if you get me, it'll be surprising like how quick. Where are you putting? Where are you putting your when are you putting your decorations up? Couple of days time, I think. Oh, doesn't this not look better? Like, this looks so much better now. Oh, wrong block choice there. I think that kind of failed, really. It was meant to look like a motorbike helmet. Kind of failed. I know. Terrible, aren't I? So I get presents literally a few days. Yeah, I have a friend. Well, I have a friend who I went to school with, and his birthday actually was on Christmas Day. Actually, like, is on Christmas Day, which is like really. Do you know what I mean? Christmas Day to celebrate the birth of Santa Claus. There we are, guys. Look at that. I think that looks pretty sick, really. I don't think we could have done much better, really. Isn't it the birth of Jesus? Yeah, it is really. I just said the birth of Father Christmas. You know, like Father Christmas's birthday. I just said it as a bit of a joke. It wasn't, you know.
Yo, it's coming shit.
Is it?
I don't know. That's why I was asking you.
Huh?
That's why I was asking you.
Asking me what again?
I don't know.
Oh. If you don't, then I don't.
I don't even have a clue what I was going on about myself. To be fair.
No.
Where?
How did I not know about this? My new Leng was live in Hull tonight. You know, the guy who does the buy a ticket by a Honda Civic.
Why don't you go?
Because it's too late for me to get there now. Lol. Yeah, okay guys, I'm gonna leave the stream here. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you guys in the next stream.